growing, what's it doing? It's dying. Any living organism, same with us. And that's why I have a message for all you guys and all you gals who are a little, say, semi-retired or retired or a little older and going, there's nothing left to do. Just kind of play around, and that's okay. But guess what? You're going down. You're going down. If you're not growing, you're what? Dying. That's why being comfortable sucks. That's why it sucks. Because you can't stay comfortable. You can't stay stagnant. You're either going up or down. It's a dynamic universe. Yes or yes? Yes. So forget comfortable. You keep on growing. Well, I don't want to kill myself. What does that mean? I don't want to kill myself. What do you think? To grow, you have to kill yourself? No, being comfortable and stagnant, that kills you. It's not these either-or stuff. This words I don't want to kill myself. I'm never going to have time for anything. Well, why don't you create time for things you want to do and create time for business and create time for your family? I don't know how to do that. Good. Then you learn. You learn how to do that. Good or good? That's one of the other things, too. I talk about exploding money myths. He'll say, well, I'm incompetent with money. I just can't handle money. I'm not good with money. That's your reason? Well, I'm not a good piano player. But if I wanted to play piano, I'd what? Learn. Hello? We don't come out of the womb doing money. Most of us got taught. But what about taking the responsibility and accountability and going out there and learning it? Learning the field you need to learn. Learning the investments you need to learn. Learning how to do money. When people are at my seminar and they go, I'm incompetent with money. I'm just not good at it. And that's their reason? It's crazy. Learn how to do it. Good or good? Good. Listen, no excuses. No excuses, no reasons. In our Enlightened Warrior training camp, we have a flip chart that says, reasons or results. And the big one is what? Or. Reasons or results. You cannot have both. If you have a reason, you know you didn't get the result. True or true? True. So, the result is rich. Yes? Yes. And everything else is your story. It's just not the right time now. Thanks for sharing. That's great. You're broke. All right. Please stand up for the declaration. Hands on your heart. I am bigger than any problem. I can handle any problem. Nothing will stop me from creating wealth. Turn to somebody, give them a high five and say, you have a millionaire mind. All right, this one is really, really important. Recall the process of manifestation. Say it with me. Your thoughts lead to your feelings, lead to actions, lead to results. Which one is the highlighted one? Action. How many people agree to succeed in the real world, you have to take what? Action. Let's see if that's true. Why is that? Thoughts and feelings, are they part of the inner world or part of the outer world? Inner world, thank you. Results, part of the inner world or part of the outer world? Outer world. And therefore, action becomes the what? The bridge between the inner world and the outer world. Do you understand? So, you can think all you want about wealth and success. You can meditate. Listen, I've meditated for 25 years. But I've never been meditating there and had a bag of money drop on my head. I'm one of these unfortunate souls that actually has to do something in the real world to get any of the stuff. A lot of people are very kind and generous and wonderful, well-intentioned people. They just don't do anything. Or they don't do anything at a high enough level or take enough massive action to get anything done. They just talk about it, they think about it, they meditate it, but nothing actually happens in the physical world. And if you want physical money, you'll need to transfer into the physical realm, from the mental, emotional, spiritual sides. And the way to transfer from those three invisible to the visible, from under the ground to above the ground, into the physical realm is through the process of action. True or true? That's why action is absolutely critical. Now, if that's true, what prevents us from taking the action we know we need to be taking? Fear. Thank you. How many people agree that fear and doubt and worry are among our greatest obstacles, not only to success, but to happiness as well? Excellent. And therefore, one of the biggest differences between rich people and most other people is that rich people are willing to do this. What's it say? One of the other programs we teach is called the Enlightened Warrior Training. And it says that the true warrior can tame the cobra of fear. What's the key word? Tame. It doesn't say kill the cobra. It doesn't say get rid of the cobra. It doesn't say run away from the cobra. It says what? Tame the cobra of fear. Let me say this right now. My friends, listen closely. Listen closely. Are you listening? Yes. It is not necessary to try and get rid of fear in order to succeed. Rich and successful people have fear. Rich and successful people have doubts. Rich and successful people have worries. They just don't let those feelings stop them and take them out. Unsuccessful people have exactly the same feelings, but they let those feelings stop them, paralyze them into thinking, oh my God, what will happen? And they're done. True or true? True. A lot of people believe that rich people don't have fear. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous. So, how many people agree we're creatures of habit? Yes? And therefore the secret is to practice. What's the word? Practice acting in spite of fear. Practice acting in spite of doubt. Practice acting in spite of worry. Practice acting in spite of inconvenience. Inconvenience. If your life is about convenience, you'll never be rich. Let me say this right now. It's not always convenient to do what it takes to get rich. And practice acting in spite of discomfort. It's the same thing, as I said earlier. I'm going to challenge you right now, as I do with all of my students. Are you willing? Yes. Are you willing? Yes. I want you to find uncomfortable situations and move into them. I want you to look for uncomfortable situations and get involved in them. And when something becomes uncomfortable for you, that's when you go into it. You understand that? Why? Because, let me ask you a question. We talked about it earlier. When you're comfortable, you're in what zone? You're in your what? Your comfort zone. And in your comfort zone, are you growing or dying? You're going down. So you've got to get uncomfortable. Until you're uncomfortable, you're not growing. Are you willing? Yes. So the only time you're growing is when you're uncomfortable. Say, the only time I'm growing is when I'm uncomfortable. Pat someone in the back and go, you're growing, man, you're growing. You can always tell rich people, you can always tell middle class people, you can almost always tell broke people by the actions they're willing to take and not take. How much comfort or convenience runs their life. You know, one of the things we talk about is that at the end of our programs, usually we talk about the 3-day Millionaire Mind Intensive. And very often someone will stand up and say something like, they'll say, well, you know, it's not being held in the city that we're in right now, and I'd have to take a flight and fly for 4 hours and, get a hotel and this and that, and it's just so inconvenient. And I have 2 words. You're broke. You're broke. You have to be broke. If a 4-hour drive or a 4-hour flight or a 4-day flight is going to stop you from doing whatever it takes you have to do to succeed, then what else will stop you? Here's the easy answer. Anything. Anything will stop you. Why? Because you are a person that will be stopped. Now, you choose. Either you are a person that will be stopped or you are a person that will not be stopped. One or the other. And here's the thing. You have to train yourself to not be stopped. It's a practice. You have to train yourself to not be stopped. Because it's easy to be stopped. And most of us were unstoppable at one point, and then day 2 of our lives happened. And we got taught. We got what? To stop. For our safety. Supposedly. But we generalized it to everything. True or true? Look, you can throw my philosophy right out, but here's my philosophy. If it isn't going to kill you physically, do it. Just do it. One of the things I've been noticing lately with a lot of the rich people I've been dealing with, very rich people, is they're willing to take a shot. It's amazing. I'm a lot less risk prone than they are, but I also see where I am and where they are. Now I do pretty well, but these guys do amazing. And it's like, you give them a proposal and they go, that makes sense, that could work, yeah? All right, let's give it a shot. And I'm going, well, I'm not sure it's going to work. I know, but let's give it a shot. Well, I'm not sure that's going to... I know, but let's go for it. Let's give it a shot. What's the worst that can happen? Oh, we lose a few bucks, we try another thing. Well, okay. You understand what I'm saying? They're willing to go for it. And we, like if someone's going to get a little upset with us, no, I don't want to do that then. That's it. Well, what if I lose what I've got? No, I don't want to do that. I'm going to keep it simple. If it's not going to kill you physically, do it. You'll be so much better off in the end than waiting for the exact right moment and time. By the way, when's the exact right moment in time? When you feel comfortable. Notice? It's got you coming and going. And so it doesn't let you be comfortable so that you can make sure it keeps you out of harm's way. Because your mind is a protective mechanism. Its job is to protect you, not to help you succeed or be happy. Did you know that? Good or good? Good. All right, good. So, please stand up for the declaration. One more here. I act in spite of fear. I act in spite of doubt. I act in spite of worry. I act in spite of inconvenience. I act in spite of discomfort. I act in spite of anything. Turn to somebody, give them a high five and say, you have a millionaire mind. This is a 45-pound arrow with a nice steel tip on the end of it. A wooden arrow here. And in a moment, I am going to pick one of you to come up here and break this arrow in a highly unusual way. So you all better listen very closely. Are you listening? Yes. All right, good. Everyone hold up your index finger. Excellent, good. Now, take it and press it into the soft part of your throat and push in really hard. If you start to gag and choke, you've got the right spot. That's where you'll be breaking the arrow. Now, the arrow break is a metaphor. What is it? It's a metaphor, symbolizing breaking through an obstacle that's happening in your life. So let me show you what this is going to look like. Michelle, if you can come up here, that'd be awesome. What this is going to look like. Just hold on to that for a second here. All right. So what's going to happen in a moment, just bring your hand up here for a second. What's going to happen in a moment with this person is going to be coming up here. They're going to put the back of the arrow into the glove and the steel tip point into their throat like that, okay? And then when they're ready, or if they're not ready, they're going to walk into the arrow and hopefully break the arrow before it impales them. What? Hopefully. Hey, we have a very good track record. We're up to like 65% now. That's a passing grade, you know. All right. Now, a few rules. Rule number 1. When you're up here, you absolutely must keep your mouth closed when you're doing this. Who can tell me why? That's right, splinters. And by the way, we didn't always know that. rule number 2. You're going to be covering your eyes with goggles, okay? There's another set over here for you. And rule number 3, walk directly into the arrow, straight on. Do not twist to the side. Because if you twist to the side, what can happen is it can get caught in this artery right here and pull the artery right out, and it looks really funny when you have this artery sticking out of your neck like this, and you can't even go to the doctor. Like, what are you going to say? It's like, what happened? You don't want to know, okay? So you're not going to believe it. All right. So here's how this is going to work. I'm going to show you how this works. And here's the deal. The 4th rule is massive support. What kind of support? Massive. What kind of support? Massive. So that means we're all on one team, yes? Yes. So when this person breaks this, I want everybody to give him a massive standing ovation, right? Yes. All right, good. Now, that's when the person comes here. Let's talk a little bit about, let me show you how this is going to work, all right? So I'll do a little demonstration for you. So here's the deal. If I break the arrow, if I break the arrow tonight, I want massive round of applause. Yes? Yes? If the arrow happens to break through me tonight, I want someone to pick up the phone, turn it on, and call 911. Yes? Yes? All right, are you ready? All right. Things are sharper than they used to be. No wonder I don't do this anymore. Thank you. Excellent. Have a seat. Oh my gosh, look what I found. A steel arrow. This one's like so nervous she's scratching herself. I like the people who throw their pencils down to look for them so that I can't see them. Who's never done anything like this but has something, hold on, as I said, this is a metaphor. A metaphor means it's something that you are trying to break through tonight. Never done anything, would be scared to death to do this. Who'd be totally scared? She doesn't look too scared to me. Are you? Okay, come on up here. Give a round of applause. Okay. What's your name? Nicole. Nicole, okay. Yeah, the first thing we have to do, Nicole, is take care of some legal work. Here you go. Here you go. So you're going to sign a release form. Seriously? Yeah, seriously. Are you kidding me? So print your name over here. It basically says that we accept no responsibility for your death or injury. Okay. And the date today is what? Okay.
Oh my God, I can't do this. I can't even write.
You had a nice neck. And just sign your name over here. And are you here with somebody?
Yes.
Okay, so your mom is here, okay. And she let you come up here? She doesn't know? Yeah. Put your phone number there. And again, unfortunately now, because of some recent situations, you have to put an emergency contact here. Now remember what we said about support, right? Okay. Now here's the deal. Okay, you're doing great. Perfect. Good. Now hold on to this. And here's how this is going to work. Just wait for a second here. Now, remember I said that the arrow break is a metaphor. What is it? Metaphor. So it represents something that you want to break through in your life. A belief or a habit or a fear or a way of being that hasn't been working for you, right? Now, so your name was what? Nicole. Nicole is going to represent all of us, everybody, yes? Yes. All right. So here's how this is going to work. So she's breaking for you right now. This is what we're gonna frame this. She's breaking for you right now, for you right now. And so I want everybody to close their eyes. Everybody looking at this, watching it, hearing it, close your eyes. And I want you to determine what is it that you want this arrow break to mean for you. What does it represent? What does it symbolize you breaking through in your life? What specific fear or doubt or concern or belief or habit or way of being or situation does it mean you breaking through as a metaphor in your life? And come up with one. And the same with you, Nicole. Okay. Please open your eyes. And let's hear from Nicole. What was it here for you?
Just limiting beliefs about being.
So limited, be as specific as possible. What is it specifically?
Basically that men have the money and women don't.
Excellent. That's so what she said. Can I share it?
Yeah.
That men have the money and women don't. And that's a belief that a lot of people carry. Yes? Yeah. Men carry that too. That's why they handle money in certain ways. True or true? And many, many women grew up with that belief. Yes? It's very hard to break that belief, but we're going to break it right now. So here's the belief that men have the money and women don't. Got it? Now, unfortunately, we're going to have to turn this around this way. All right, put that on your eyes. And don't go until I tell you to. Michelle's going to be holding for you. All right. And so what I'd like you to do is, Nicole, stand over here. That's it. Move over this way. Come towards her a bit this way. Okay, good. Now, come on closer over here. Okay, now don't go until I ask you to. And now put 1 foot forward, 1 foot back a bit. That's it. You're going to be walking straight in when I tell you to go. And keep your shoulders square, okay? Now don't go yet. How does that feel? How does it feel? Is it comfortable or uncomfortable?
Uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable. Good. You ain't felt nothing yet. Wait till that thing goes in. Okay, hold on. Here's the deal. Here's it. See, are you sure it's in the right place? You're a perfectionist?
No.
Yeah, you are, aren't you? Yeah, it's got to be perfect, right? No, it's not. But that doesn't matter. Here's the deal. Whatever your mind is telling you right now, just let your mind chatter. It's okay. But don't believe it. Because you saw me do it. It's doable. And if anybody can do it, you can do it. Say, I can do it.
I can do it.
So, this is a steel rod. What's your throat? Steel rod. What is it? This is a toothpick. What's this?
Toothpick.
So in a moment, you're just going to look at Michelle. You're going to go give her a hug. You're going to forget this even exists. You're just going to walk right into it and don't even think about it. You guys ready? Yeah. Ready, go. Hard. Yeah! Yeah, girl. Hold those up. Hold those up. Hold it up. Way to go. Now, stay here for a second. Stay here for a second. Look at that. Now, okay, go ahead. Now, question. Was that harder or easier than you thought it was going to be? Yeah, the actual act was easier than what she thought it was going to be. Yes? All right. Give her a round of applause. Thank you so much. Let me talk about your mind right now. Remember, she said it's easier than she thought it was going to be. And let me say this right now. I'm going to guarantee that 99.999% of all the things you think that you can't do, that are going to be way too hard, too many problems, are easier than you think they're going to be. Raise your hand if that's ever happened for you. Where your mind has made something up to be, oh my God, and then when you did it, it was like, what was the big deal about? True or true? Let's talk about that. Let's listen closely. Your mind is the greatest soap opera scriptwriter in history. It makes up incredible stories, usually based in dramas and disasters, of things that never happened and things that never will. Mark Twain said it best. He said, I've had thousands and thousands of problems in my life, most of which never actually happened. It's very important. One of the most important things you can ever understand, is that you are not your mind. Say, I'm not my mind. You are much bigger and greater than just your mind. Your mind is a part of you, like your hand is a part of you. Your hand isn't you, but it's a part of you. You wouldn't introduce yourself as your hand, would you? Hi, I'm my hand. What if you had a hand that was much like your mind? It was scattered all over the place. It was constantly beating you up. And it never shut up. Yada, 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 yada. In the car, yada, 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 yada. In the shower, yada, 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 yada. What would you do if you had a hand like that? Cut it off. No. But it's a very powerful thing. What would you do with it? That's right. You learn to want to control it. You learn to train it. You learn to manage it. True or true? And that's the critical piece. Training and managing your own mind is the most important skill a human being could ever own. Do you understand this? I'm saying it again. Training and managing your own mind, that voice that you so believe, is the most important skill you could possibly own. For with that skill, you truly will be successful. And you truly can be happy. Do you understand this? Because I'm going to say this right now, and a lot of them are going to shoot me for it. But there's only one thing that can stop you. The voice. Not yourself. The voice. The voice. That you've bought into that that's who you are. That voice is not you. It's simply a part of you. That it's the protective mechanism part of you. Its job is to protect you. It's like the sentry on a ship. It's not there to be the social coordinator, the success coordinator, the happiness coordinator. That's not its job. Your mind is a survival mechanism. And its primary purpose is to protect you, which means to keep you where you are. It's like an over-worried mother. It's doing its job way too well, but we buy into it. What would your life be like if you had an over-worried mother constantly ragging on you? No, 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 no. What would your life be like? You would be so contracted and small, you'd never do anything. True or true? True. Yet to an extent, we're all like that. We're listening. We're buying the voice of protection when there's no need to do it. That voice is not who you are. You are much bigger than that. When Nicole came up here, she was shaking. She couldn't even, that's what what was her mind telling her? Oh, what did I get myself into? Why did I do this? You're so stupid, Nicole. Why do you? Well, maybe she didn't say quite that, but something like that. And then she's doing it, and we're pushing it, and she goes, oh my God, like this is way harder than I thought. And her mind goes, blah, 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 blah. And then she goes, boop, no problem. And isn't that the way it is? Yes or yes? Yes. So, let me say this right now. In my book, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, the final wealth file, number 17, says this. Rich people are willing to what? Learn and grow. And most poor and middle-class people think they what? Already know. They already know. Let me say this right now. I'm going to complete with one of my famous sayings. And the saying is this. You can learn to do anything. You can learn to succeed. Every master was once a disaster. I'll say it again. Say it with me. Every master was once a disaster. Everybody who's great at something today was once terrible at it. So it doesn't matter where you're starting from. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody starts somewhere. Some start here, some start here, some start over there. Everyone's got some type of ailments, handicaps, problems. Even if you don't have a problem, your mind will tell you you do. I had a woman the other day come up to me and say, I don't know what it is. It's just, I get to a certain level and there's always a situation that comes up. Something always happens and it screws me up. What is it? I said, if you look in the mirror, you'll find it. It is so easy to determine people's obstacles because there's only one of them right there. The voice in your head that stops you, tells you no, gives you doubt, and suffocates your life. And my blessing and my promise to you is if you challenge that voice and stop believing everything it tells you and just go for it anyways, in spite of fear, in spite of it chattering, you will soar to a level you have never experienced before in your life. So how many of you realize that your mind is a very powerful force? It can work for you or it can work what? Against you. The rule is really simple. If you are earning less than $50,000 a year and you want to earn $100,000 or more, you're going to have to change your money blueprint. Money what? Blueprint. If you're earning $100,000, you want to earn $200,000, you have to change your money what? Blueprint. If you want to go from $200,000 to $500,000, you have to change your money what? Blueprint. If you're earning good money but you're not managing it well, you have to change your money what? Blueprint. If your income is inconsistent, you have to change your money what? Blueprint. Excellent, good. If you work way too hard and you want to be able to earn as much money or more with more balance, you have to change your money what? Blueprint. If your investments aren't zooming, you have to change your money what? Blueprint. If your business isn't booming, that's a result. You have to change your money what? Blueprint. If you have money and you want to make sure you keep it and you grow it, you have to change your money what? Blueprint. Excellent. And unfortunately, your current money blueprint would tend to stay with you for the rest of your life unless you identify it and you change it. And that's exactly what we do in an extraordinary 3-day program called the Millionaire Mind Intensive. It's changed the lives of thousands and thousands and thousands of people all over the world. And if it's okay with you, I'd like to tell you just a little bit about it and give you 2 critical principles. Fair enough? All right, listen closely. The first part is called winning the money game. What's it called? There are proven strategies for creating fast financial freedom, and you have to know them. Millionaire Mind Intensive, you're going to learn exactly how rich people play the money game so you can do what? Model exactly what they do. Let me ask you a question. If you had a parent, let's say a father, for example, that when you grew up, your parents were extremely rich. But not only were they rich financially, they were rich emotionally, spiritually, they were kind and loving, and they taught you the ropes of how to do money. How many of you think you could be doing a lot better right now? Exactly. Exactly. And that's what you're going to be able to do. Rich people have a very specific way of playing the money game, and you're going to learn to do exactly what they do. And this includes learning how to create massive amounts of passive income. Raise your hand if you believe passive income is important. Someone tell me why. What's the word? Freedom. Thank you. Freedom. What's the word? Freedom. Without passive income,